What is going on, everyone? Chris from Pickdawgz.com here with the Wraparound. We're going to be breaking down the NHL action going down on Thursday, December 21st, 2023. Now, if you haven't already, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to our channel. Appreciate all love and support. We just got up over 100 million views here on our YouTube channel. Could not have done it without your guys' love and support. The Wraparound would not be what it is without your guys' love and support. We do this for you. So thank you so much for that. If you're looking for my best bets, the games I love the most, make sure you head to Pickdawgz.com. Click that premium picks tab at the top of the page. Let's get you some winners on this Thursday. Got tons of action on the board. Best value to do is if you want to hop on a daily pass. There's tons of action on today's board, but best value long-term pass. We have a loaded weekend of action. It's going to make the prices even better for you. It's going to give you more bang for your buck. So make sure you go on over and check those out. But no, enough of that. We've got a full card. Pretty much, I should say pretty much a full card on Thursday. 12-game slate. You know the drill. You know what I'm about to say. You ready? I'm ready. Let's get into it. Our first game takes us to the Wells Fargo Center, where the Philadelphia Flyers take on the Nashville Predators in a battle between two teams that are pretty hot right now. Both have 7 wins in their last 10 games, but the difference for me right now is that this is a revenge spot for the Flyers after losing to the Preds in Nashville just over a week ago. But Nashville's best work for the most part this season has been done at home, where they are 11-7. They're a 500 team on the road. Now, Philadelphia, not a whole lot better. 8-6-1 at home, 10-4-2 straight up on the road this season. So, kind of vice versa here. But I do trust the Flyers being at home in this matchup. I think they get the job done right now. I think they have some solid goaltending. I won't lie to you. I was not high on Samuel Ersson, but he stepped it up in the last few games. He's gone 3-0-1 in the 4 starts. Carter Hart could potentially return after dealing with an illness for the last few games, but I still think the Flyers are just playing the better hockey, or I should say better hockey coming into this matchup, and I think they get the job done. So I'm going to take the Philadelphia Flyers on the money line at -120. Next, we head to the PPG Paints Arena, where the Pittsburgh Penguins play host to the Carolina Hurricanes, and an interesting matchup here as well, as you've got Pittsburgh, who, are underdogs at home, but they've won 3 of their last 4. They're coming off of a 4-3 win over the Minnesota Wild last time out, and they've actually won back-to-back home games, picked up points in 3 straight home games, so they're playing some decent hockey on home ice. They're 7-6-1 at home against the Carolina team. It's 8-10 on the road this season. But the problem is that, the Carolina Panthers finished their most recent road trip with back-to-back wins. They're coming off a win over the Vegas Golden Knights at home, so they have some momentum here. And head-to-head, the Carolina Panthers have owned the Pittsburgh Penguins. They've won 5 straight meetings head-to-head, including the first meeting back on November 18th. 8 of the last 9 meetings have went the way of the Carolina Hurricanes, and we're getting them at a near coin flip price. I still don't feel like we can trust the Pittsburgh Penguins goaltending a whole lot here. It's been usually 3 goals or more in each of the last few starts, so give me the Carolina Hurricanes here at the -120 price to pick up the win in this one. Now we head to the Amalie Arena, where the Tampa Bay Lightning take on the Vegas Golden Knights in what should be a pretty good matchup. The Tampa Bay Lightning, where they played their best hockey for some time now, is at home. They are 9-3-3 straight up at home this season. They were waiting for Andrei Vasilevskiy to come back. They were treading water. Now that he's back, the results have actually been okay. They've won 5 of their last 8 games. But the thing is, it could still be managed to be a little bit more consistent if you're Tampa Bay. I know some of those games were on the road, so maybe now that they're back at home for a little mini homestand before heading back out on the road, that maybe they'll get the win here over the Vegas Golden Knights. I would say not so fast. Vegas head-to-head has won each of the last 3 meetings between these two teams and 7 of the last 10. Vegas also, they're coming off a loss to the Carolina Hurricanes, but before that, they were beating up on some solid teams on the road. They beat up on Dallas 6-1, 6-3 over St. Louis, 4-1 over Vancouver. The Vegas Golden Knights, 9-4-3 on the road this season. Pretty much right, an almost identical record with the Tampa Bay Lightning, but yet the Vegas Golden Knights are your defending Stanley Cup champions, and we're getting them at a coin flip price against a Lightning team that has been Jekyll and Hyde this season, while the Golden Knights have been the model of consistency for the most part. Yeah, I got to go with the Vegas Golden Knights here at -110. Now we head to the KeyBank Center, where the Buffalo Sabres take on the Toronto Maple Leafs. And, this is an interesting matchup because the Buffalo Sabres have beaten the Toronto Maple Leafs in each of the last 2 head-to-head meetings between these two teams. And despite, Toronto being the better team, in my opinion, and being a team that, has been solid on the road this season, 7-2-4, while the Sabres are 6-8-1, almost feels like the Sabres are a live dog every time they take the ice against the Toronto Maple Leafs. That being said, Toronto still, like I said, I still think they're the better team here. And Buffalo's always capable of laying an egg whenever you least expect them to. But the thing for me here, though, I don't know if I can trust Toronto because this price kind of feels funky to me. That they're only laying minus 140 on the road, around minus 140 to minus 160. I think the slide here says minus 160, but the odds are all over the place now that I'm looking at them. And Buffalo's a live dog. Would it surprise me if Buffalo took a loss on the chin here by a couple of goals? No. So rather than mess around with the side here, I'm going to go with what's been consistent between these two teams, and that's goals. I'm going to go with the over 6.5. Head-to-head between these two teams, we've seen at least 7 goals in each of the last 6 meetings between these two teams, and in 9 of the last 10. I got to think we have another high-scoring matchup brewing here. Give me the over 6.5 between the Leafs and the Sabres. Now we head to the Nationwide Arena where the Columbus Blue Jackets take on the Washington Capitals. And both these teams have had their ups and downs as of late. The Columbus Blue Jackets still remain one of the worst teams in the NHL this season at 11-17-5 on the year. 7-9-2 at home this season, so the numbers do improve a little bit on home ice, but I just don't know if I can still get there with Columbus. They're inconsistent. They've alternated wins and losses in each of their last 6 games, and they did pick up a massive 9-4 win over the Buffalo Sabres on the road last time out, but they've lost back-to-back home games and 3 of their last 4 at home. Washington, on the other hand, has won 4 of their last 6. Head-to-head, they've destroyed the Columbus Blue Jackets, winning 8 of the last 10 meetings, including both meetings this season. Both those were 1-goal games, though, so I wouldn't want to chase a puck line with the Caps, but I don't think you need to. The price here, pretty solid with the Capitals, near a coin flip price. I'm just not getting enough plus money to consider the Columbus Blue Jackets here, so give me the Washington Capitals on the money line in this one. Now we head to the Amerant Bank Arena where the Florida Panthers play host to the St. Louis Blues. And, the Florida Panthers, they were sort of running hot and cold as of late. They're 5-4-1 in their last 10 games. They've lost 3 of their last 4. They've scored 1 goal or less in those 3 games. On the other side, the St. Louis Blues, they've split their last 4 games. They looked really good at home, but here's the problem. They're out on the road where they have been less effective this season, the St. Louis Blues. 6-10-1 on the road this season. They've lost each of their last 3 games on the road on the puck line and 4 of their last 5. And some of those losses, 6-1 against Tampa Bay. Okay, Tampa Bay Lightning are a bad team to lose to, but you lose 3-1 to Chicago, 5-2 to Columbus. Hate to break it to you, but if those teams can beat up on you, the Florida Panthers sure as heck could. Florida has won their last 2 home games, beat Pittsburgh, they beat Dallas. They hung 8 goals combined in those 2 games. I think they can do enough here to get the win in regulation. Don't want to necessarily go chasing a puck line with them just because of lack of goal scoring as of late, but I think they can get this one done inside of 60 minutes. Get that minus 2 and change tag down to around minus 150 with the win in regulation. Now we go to the Prudential Center where the New Jersey Devils take on the Edmonton Oilers in a battle of teams that could desperately use a win after being on a bit of a hot run. Both these teams were on fire, but now both these teams have hit the skids a little bit. Edmonton losing 3 in a row after a 3-1 loss on the road against the Islanders. Meanwhile, the Devils losing 3-2 to the Philadelphia Flyers. So to me, it's all about which team obviously do you expect to bounce back here. And for me, it's all I think the value here is on the Edmonton Oilers. The New Jersey Devils, not that you needed them to win on the puck line here, but they're 1-14 on the puck line through their first 15 games at home. They do have a 6-7-2 record at home this season. And I just feel like right now, like I said, I just feel the Edmonton Oilers are simply the better team, playing better hockey. Sure, the Devils, they've got guys like, Jack Hughes, Nico Hischier, and all that good stuff, but you're giving me the Edmonton Oilers at a reasonable, actually I should say reasonable, you're giving me the Oilers at a cheaper price here. The goaltending is a coin flip with 2 generational players in Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. Those guys can steal a game for you on any given night. Not a game I'm rushing to the window to bet, but again, you're giving me the better price with the Oilers here, so give me the Oilers here at minus 102. Now we head to the American Airlines Center where the Dallas Stars take on the Vancouver Canucks, and another great matchup on Thursday night. As you got the Dallas Stars are coming in, they've been playing some solid hockey at home, 9-5-1. They've won 4 of their last 6 games, but they've needed overtime to sneak by the Kraken. They couldn't get past the Blues in overtime, and they barely got by teams like Ottawa and Detroit, and then they lost at home to the Vegas Golden Knights as well. So Am I all that impressed with the Dallas Stars right now over the last couple weeks? If I'm being honest, not really. The Vancouver Canucks, sure, they've definitely taken a step back from the team that ran roughshod to start the year, but they're still 10-6-1 on the road. They've won 6 of their last 7 and 7 of their last 9 overall. They've won back-to-back road games, and head-to-head with the Dallas Stars, the Vancouver Canucks have won 7 meetings in a row in 8 of the last 10. So I'm going to take my shot here with the Vancouver Canucks. All the trends are pointing towards the Vancouver Canucks here. I haven't seen Jake Ottinger updated at all. It still says he's out. This is out indefinitely with that leg injury. So as much as I like Scott Wedgwood, he's still a backup though. So you're giving me the Vancouver Canucks against a backup at plus money here. I'm going to take the Vancouver Canucks in this one. Now we head to the XL Energy Center where the Minnesota Wild take on the Montreal Canadiens. And this line got me a little bit. It had me thinking a little, Sure, you look head to head, Minnesota has won each of the last 6 meetings between these two teams, including the 5-2 meeting in Montreal back in October. But here's the thing. Minnesota, yes, they've done a great job digging themselves out of the hole that they were in. They've won 7 of their last 10 games. But you're giving me plus 175, plus 176 with a Montreal team that is almost, these two teams have almost the same identical record. You can look at the head-to-head numbers, and it's like I said, it's almost, carbon copy. The Montreal Canadiens 14-13-4 on the year. Minnesota 13-13-4. Montreal on the road 7-4-2. Minnesota at home 7-4-2. Montreal on the puck line 19-12. Minnesota 18-12. These two teams are so even, and you're giving me plus 175 in this kind of matchup. I get it. Minnesota's been playing well, but the goaltending hasn't come back all the way. It hasn't been all the way fixed. I think that Montreal's goaltending is capable of taking a game or two here and there. I think this is going to be a 1-goal game. If Montreal doesn't win it outright, Minnesota they've had to go to overtime in 3 of their last 4 games. They were all wins, but 3 of the last 4 games they needed overtime. 4 straight 1-goal games for the Wild, and they're just coming off a game where they beat the Boston Bruins, so there could be a bit of a letdown here for the Minnesota Wild. Montreal, they're 5-0 to the plus 1.5 puck line in their last 5 games. So give me Montreal here plus 1.5. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit on the money line as well. Now we go to the Ball Arena, where the Colorado Avalanche take on the Ottawa Senators, and the Colorado Avalanche, they've taken a couple of questionable losses as of late, but the thing is, both of those losses came on the road against Chicago and Winnipeg. At home, the Avalanche play much better hockey. They're 7-7-2 on the road, but 12-4 at home, and they've won their last 3 home games by a combined score of 17-8. Ottawa, well, they're the first team to mess up my new coach Rob Angle. They took the loss 4-3 against Arizona. They were up, I believe, 3-0 in that game, or they were up fairly early. They were up 3-0 in the first period in that game, and then 3 goals in the third period blew it for Ottawa on that one. And Ottawa's now allowed 4 or more goals in each of the 5 games during their current 5-game losing streak. And until Ottawa rights the ship, I don't want any part of them. This last game of their road trip, I think they want to just get home. I think they're just interested in getting in and getting out, regardless of the result here. I think they're over the road trip. So give me the Colorado Avalanche. Give me them to win this one in regulation at minus 130. Now we head to the Honda Center, where the Anaheim Ducks take on the Calgary Flames. And head-to-head in the past, this matchup has been all Calgary. There's really no way around that. They've won 8 of the last 10 meetings between these two teams. 6 of the last 7 if you go back to the end of the 2021, the end of the 2021 calendar year. But the Calgary Flames, they've won back-to-back games here, but they've really struggled on the road. They've lost 3 straight games on the road in the month of December, just over a week ago. They lost against the Minnesota Wild, the Vegas Golden Knights, Colorado. They gave up a combined 14 goals in those 3 games. They played all 1-goal games, but still losses nonetheless. And now they have to go to Anaheim to take on an Anaheim Ducks team that finished their road trip with back-to-back wins. They beat some decent opponents in the Detroit Red Wings and the New Jersey Devils. They hung around with the New York Islanders as well. They battled Chicago and Colorado hard as well. So I think the Anaheim Ducks showing some fight. I think they have some value in a spot like this. I just don't want to lay minus 152 up to minus 160. I'm even seeing minus 165 in some places with the Calgary Flames. No thanks. I'll take a shot here with the Anaheim Ducks at plus 126 or even better. Our final game on Thursday's card takes us to the SAP Center where the San Jose Sharks take on the Arizona Coyotes. And the San Jose Sharks have been doing a good job of getting themselves back on track and righting the ship a little bit. This is an Arizona Coyotes team that was in the same spot as the San Jose Sharks just a few years ago, but San Jose still 9-20-3 on the year. They picked it up a little bit on the road, but they're still 6-7-2 at home. So you think maybe there could be some value here with the Sharks at plus money against an Arizona team that's 5-8-2 on the road this season. But the thing for me is that the San Jose Sharks are back to old tricks, losing games left and right. They've lost 3 straight. They've scored 3 goals combined in those 3 games, and they're up against an Arizona team that is really playing some solid defense. Yes, they're back out on the road where they haven't had a ton of success as of late. They've lost 3 straight road games in their last 10, but they've only given up 3 goals in their last 3 appearances, and those 3 goals came in that first period against Ottawa. Outside of that, we're talking about 8 periods of shutout hockey for the Arizona Coyotes right now. I think they keep it going here. I think there is something to the San Jose Sharks and their offensive struggles. So give me the Arizona Coyotes on the money line to round things out. That's it. That's all the NHL action for Thursday, December 21st, 2023. But again, just a reminder, if you haven't already, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and also make sure you hit that notification bell in the description of this video below so get notified when all the newest and freshest content drops here at Pickdawgz. And also, if you're looking for my best bets, you can find those at Pickdawgz Premium. And make sure to let me know your NHL picks in the comment section below. Thanks for watching.